Hey y'all, this is Toya. You're tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all, so a couple weeks ago I did an episode on how healing can be hurtful. And so I told you all that I wrote a poem, and I wrote the poem, and I'm going to do it today. But and the name of the poem is called Keep Growing. And part of growing is just being more self-aware. I'm super huge on that. And one of the things I wanted to cover, I'll cover it in a later thing, but just to put you guys on notice, your girl is writing a book. It's a collection of my poems. I am pushing myself to the limits emotionally, spiritually, going back to all of those things to write, to get it out so I can heal and get this book up out of me. I'm going to birth this book. The Lord knows it's going to be good. I just believe it. I feel it just because of everything that I'm going through, all the effort that I'm putting into it. And it's not just me and effort. It's more so like how I'm pushing myself emotionally. So one of the things that I do to handle that is to be self-aware and to be emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence. It is such a big thing. I'll get into what that looks like, what that means in another episode. But without further ado, keep growing. Oh yeah, so I'm going to be trying to do like some creativity with this, right? So I'm going to try to film it some kind of way or whatever. I hope y'all like it. All right, and yeah, if you're watching from Facebook or IG, don't forget to hit the link so it could take you to YouTube and you can watch the whole video. All right, without further ado, keep growing. I don't know the poem, so I'm gonna have to read it, but hopefully you feel it just the same. I am often asked, why am I so hard on myself? I usually answer with I don't know. I'm not sure. But quite honestly, I don't know how not to be. And it wasn't until I embarked upon this healing journey that I decided to dig beneath those surface level answers. I don't know where it started, but I believe it was at a very early age that I realized I couldn't depend on people. I could only depend on me and God some of the times. See, me depending on people only lasted until I messed up. Yes, messed up. I made a mistake. Then all of a sudden, their grace cup dried up and it walked away, which left me feeling stranded and abandoned. It further drove home the point that I couldn't depend on anybody. Now, I would tell you, anybody, I ain't perfect. And they would say the same. But somewhere in between knowing a thing and walking in it, there's usually a disconnect. Yeah, a disconnect. Like when someone quotes scriptures, but when life gets hard, they don't live it. Disconnect, right? Or like when you ask for wisdom, but you never apply the knowledge given. Because wisdom is knowledge applied after all. But hey, remember that disconnect I mentioned? I have it too. See, when I made the mistake of letting the wrong people in, even when they faked to be my friends or doing some wrong things, I didn't apply the knowledge of I'm not perfect. That would have been wise, right? Instead, I just carried the weight of every broken relationship as if it was all mine and not a dime of it belonged to them. The amount of pressure I would put on myself to get things right was unreal. And it wasn't until I decided to heal did I realize there is no way that I can be 100% wrong 100% of the time. It's time that I gave myself some of that same grace that I freely gave others. Shoot, Jesus died for me too. It hurt letting some of them go. Quite honestly, I think some of them was more comfortable with the more broken me. But I'm no longer her and she is no longer me, and I just can't go back. I can't go back to shrinking and doubting myself. I gotta keep healing and growing, keep learning and going and growing and stretching out fully in who it is that he is calling me to be. And that is authentically Toya C.